Greetings, Divine Soul. Peace and blessings to you. Sending love for a peaceful and joyous day or night. And welcome to the Divine Truth and Wisdom Portal. Now, in my last video, I talked about balance and asked you what balance meant in your life. And instead of using the word balance, which usually brings up this kind of finite 50-50 balance, I introduced a new word called homeostasis. And here's the definition. So biologically, we can understand what homeostasis means. And even in the example I used yesterday, or my last video, I should say, is there's a delicate balance of many forces going on when you're balancing on an exercise ball. You're never really using 50-50 effort. It's just not true, right? So what does it mean in our lives, in our daily lives? Homeostasis, not just from a biological point of view, right? I'll give you an example. So let's say family. You get together with your family, you play roles in your family, and you're beautifully centered around this process of homeostasis. So your strengths as an individual helps the running of the entire family. Your strengths as an individual, even though sometimes you feel like I'm always doing this and I'm always doing that, but because you're good at it, you're contributing to the homeostasis of the family unit, right? And the same is true in relationships, right? So if you're in a relationship with somebody, you have strengths and the other person has strengths. And some days you're probably putting in maybe a little bit more than the other person or your significant other. And then on other days, you kind of hold back a little bit and you're not really at your best, and your significant other would fill in the gap. So 50-50 doesn't really apply here, because every day you're dealing with things that will call on different strengths of the two different people in the relationship, if that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions around that. The other example I used was, the other area of life I used was work. Now, when you go to work, and let's say you're on a team, every individual has their strengths on the team, and they all perform their strengths for the goal of the day or the goal of the project. Everybody has their roles that they play because their talent lies there, or that's what they've been hired for. So the next time you're at work, just allow, others to play their strengths, and there has to be some kind of balance there, right? Not in terms of 50-50, like I'm doing this much and you have to do this much in order to be equal. It's no, some days my strengths are going to be called on versus your strengths, and other days it'll be vice versa, whether it's 60-40, 70-30, 90-10. Just take it in grace and understand that your role is so integral to the homeostasis of the project at work, or the reaching the goal at work, or even if you have your own business, right? So the last area of life I brought up was personal growth and development. And I find myself that I go through this daily, that even though I want to complete something or do something in an ideal way in my mind, the energy that I have, that I wake up with, it really leads me to work on the things that will bring me into homeostasis. So sometimes it's working out a little bit less or not as hard. Sometimes it's a hard workout. Sometimes I spend 2 hours studying spiritual books. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, right? So based on living every day it calls up parts of you to bring about this balance or homeostasis when you're dealing with daily life. So if this makes sense to you, comment below. Let me know if you have any questions or you want to dive deeper into the subject. I would love to hear your feedback. So until the next time we enter the divine wisdom and truth portal, or maybe it's the other way around, I will chat with you soon, and thank you so much for watching.